is Basil from Powerglove.
Four Horse Press, George Shifton here outside of River Plaza for the 2011 Summer Slaughter Tour. Here with Basil from Powerglove. We were just talking how so many bands out there are taking themselves way too serious, and you guys are having a blast every single time you play.
Yeah, I mean, as far as that goes, I mean, playing live is the most fun thing for all of us. You know, don't love anything more, so we try to have as much fun with it as possible. I mean, that's not to say that we don't, take it seriously in its own right. You know, we try to, we all love metal and have been listening to it, for years and years and years. So that's, so on that side of things, we definitely, like to, turn these songs into metal songs that are, like a full song, that can be, what it is. But as far as the live show goes, we try to have as much fun as we can, go crazy, put up ridiculous stage props and costumes, and kind of whatever crazy idea comes to our head, just like, fuck it, let's do it,
And I got to give you a lot of props because you're wearing quite a lot of gear, and you are the drummer. Who made that decision that you should wear all that gear, man?
I mean, we've, ever since we first started playing, little live shows around our area in Boston, we always would just pick up crazy costumes just to have fun at the shows. And then we hooked up with this costume designer named Katron in Boston, and she built up big costumes for us. And we're just thinking around, just like, what should we all wear? Actually, Chris came up with the idea. He's like, dude, you should wear flags like a samurai, or like Yoshimitsu from Soul Calibur type of thing. And I was like, dude, that'll be hilarious. And it worked. I mean, it took some getting used to, definitely. But yeah, I mean, we just can't come up with crazy ideas, and we're like, all right, if it'll work, we'll do it. So.
And how did you guys? I mean, how did the whole mix of video games and of course heavy metal come together? Is it because you're all obviously we're all metalheads, but also are you guys really into video games, or is it just kind of you guys were like, you know what, let's do something different?
I mean, we've all been playing video games for years and grew up with Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and Sega and all that stuff.
Atari.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah, all this. And yeah, I mean, we used to play in a melodic death metal band back in the day together, and we kind of did this as a side project just for fun. Let's record some video game songs. We'd hear like a Final Fantasy song or a Mega Man song, and we'd say man, this really sounds like a metal song, dude. This could totally be a metal song. So we said, screw it, let's try and make it into a metal song, and we just kind of rolled with it, and it ended up being more fun and working better than the other band. It became our main thing, and so we just rolled in that direction. But yeah, it's been. I mean, in a lot of them, if you really listen to it, especially Mega Man, I mean, a lot of the songs sound like power metal songs, and a lot of Nobuo Uematsu's compositions for Final Fantasy music sound like big orchestral metal. I mean, you can kind of hear even, Dimmu Borgir style parts just, coming out of it even just when listening to it. So the ideas just kind of flow from there. So, I mean, yeah, just growing up as metalheads and as kids playing video games, I guess it just kind of felt natural. So.
And by the way, your new video was recently released that David Brodsky did for the song Batman. How was the whole process of having to record a video with a green screen? Because I imagine there were a lot of different takes, a little different composition here and there. Because that video, is you guys got to be proud. It came out pretty awesome because even though it is an animation, it still looks like old school, like what you guys are trying to portray, like old school video games.
Yeah, exactly. It was interesting shooting at a green screen and trying to rock out as hard as we would live, because we really tried to capture the live energy that we get, where we have a whole crowd to work with, and if they're giving us energy, we can give it back, and we kind of build. And it was interesting trying to sort of emulate that same energy in a room like that. But I mean, it was fun. We just did our thing and kind of went nuts with it. As far as the old school, the game, the other side of it, the game and everything like that, Chris actually was really the power behind that whole thing. He made all these sprites and all these backgrounds, and actually built a kind of mini video game that he played to make the video out of. So yeah, I mean, it's really, as far as that side of things, that was really on Chris, and he worked together with David to kind of mesh to try to met.
Welcome to New York City.
Yeah. But yeah, he worked with David to mesh the performance and the video game aspects of them together. And yeah, I'm really happy with how it came out. It's just, seeing all the work that he put in, feels like it paid off. So I'm really excited about it.
And obviously the big question is, when is Powerglove gonna release their own video game? I mean, I know you guys, like, obviously it's like around the corner, but is there anything yet in the agenda for that?
Well, I mean, actually, for a while our website was a video game. That's another one of Chris's creations. So that was, and you could actually, not only was it the little town that had all of the normal website type of stuff, all the normal information, but there was a whole game that you could get into and play for a while anyway. I've been talking to Chris about it a lot recently. We actually started working together on a game that we had to halt on because of coming on the road. But we've definitely been working on stuff, and it's it's an exciting area to get into. So don't know if anything for sure, but definitely on our minds. So.
And of course, I know you guys are working on a 2 CD series. You already released the first one. When can people expect the second one? It's said that is like later this year. Is that still gonna happen, or is like?
I mean, timeline-wise, it's hard to tell, really. We never really know until we get into the process and see how quickly it's going. As far as what we're going to, we're leaning back toward video game songs for the next CD. That's kind of the direction we want to go back into, kind of back where where we started on. So yeah, I mean, we've been writing a bunch. We wrote a bunch of the songs and worked with them a lot before the tour cycle and everything. And when we get back, that's what we're going to be working on too. So as far as when, I don't really know, but definitely be expecting.
When it's ready.
Yeah, exactly. But definitely be looking out for it. Come soon.
And for anybody watching out there, obviously, I mean, we can tell them everything you want in this and this and that. But if you would have to define your band in a few sentences, how would you define Powerglove?
I mean, we've been calling it video game speed metal. Over the years, we've been kind of laughing, but we've been kind of incorrectly using the word speed metal because we sort of think of it as metal that's really fast. When a lot of speed metal is defined as kind of like old school traditional metal, like like Motorhead and all that type of stuff, which we definitely take influence in. But we. Yeah, I mean, I guess video game speed metal is the title that we always go to. But for a longer description, I mean, we take influence from all different types of metal. I mean, we listen to anything from death metal, melodic death metal, black metal, thrash, and power metal, all over the board. And we try to incorporate all of that stuff into different songs because the video games, their sounds and vary so much that from any given song, it might lend itself to a different subgenre of metal better than others. So, for example, for like Batman, it was very symphonic and big, so we kind of leaning more in that kind of symphonic, dark metal sound, when a Mega Man song is more kind of upbeat and energetic, so it lends it more to a power metal kind of sound. So, I mean, really just, video game metal, as a description, it's hard to describe, I guess, for weirdos.
But it also makes it fun. As you said before, when we started, metal is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to have like that unique flavor. And I gotta commend you guys because it's the first time I saw you guys tonight. Fucking phenomenal. You know what I mean? I'm glad I got here early to catch every band. Maybe it's part of my job, but then you always get like somebody who you're like, wow, you don't know what to expect. You hear about it. I saw the video course. And then I'm like, you know what? I get it. I know what you guys are doing, having fun with it. But as you said, you guys do play very technical. And I'm sure you spent a lot of time in the rehearsal room trying to get every single piece. And so it doesn't sound like a cover of like this theme or that theme. So kind of like add your own flavor to it.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a part of what we try to do is, we don't like to just take a theme and just play it. We wanted a lot of these themes, especially with the cartoon music, but even with a lot of the video game stuff, if you're dealing with 30-second clip of music, that's not a song. It's something that's built to go in a video game and loop while you're playing it. And what we're attempting to do is really turn it into a fleshed out metal song. And I mean, one of the things that we all love about metal is the technical aspect. So, we like to, we like to listen to music that's fast and crazy and technical. So we like to play music. It's, that's the style. So we try to add that, that element into it as well. But yeah, a big part of it is working with the themes to create variations and even using our original parts and things to really flesh out the themes and turn them into like a full song. It's definitely a big element that we're taking into consideration during the writing and recording process. And another thing is that since so many of the video game songs are instrumental, which is why we're doing this as an instrumental band, we realize that it's very different to have a song to keep your attention for 3, 4, 5 minutes, 7 minutes even, when it's an instrumental song. If you don't have a vocalist, it's definitely a different game. So that's another aspect that we're always thinking about when writing these songs. Okay, how can we keep this interesting? We don't want to just repeat this part directly. What can we do to give them something slightly different? Maybe we'll add a guitar harmony or change the drum feel or something. So yeah, so definitely do what we can to work with the songs and turn them into like the type of stuff that we like to listen to.
Yeah, keep doing it because you're doing something right and unique and original, especially in times when you have a flood of bands. I'm not going to put anybody down because everybody works really hard, but you guys have definitely an original flavor. Anybody watching out there, next time you pop out your whatever video game system it is, pop in a little Powerglove and find out what they're about. Definitely check out their new video, Batman, because that is something that's going to blow your minds away. In times, as I said, when everybody's trying to go overboard, you guys are keeping it simple because it is all about the music. You have any final words for anybody watching right now?
Play video games and listen to fucking metal.